Hello, WWE Universe, and welcome to my review of Smackdown's Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, which is the current pay-per-view before Raw's final pay-per-view leading into WrestleMania, which will be Fastlane in a few weeks from now. So let's find out what Smackdown had to offer on their final pay-per-view showcase before the big stage of them all, WrestleMania 33. So, kickoff match-wise, there was only one match on offer, which was Mojo Rawley, Kurt Hawkins, both men who have allied with Zack Ryder. And obviously, Kurt Hawkins won the tag titles originally with Zack Ryder when Zack Ryder first came to WWE. But then we had Mojo Rawley, who's currently with Zack as the Hype Bros. And Mojo Rawley comes out with a victory, taking out Kurt Hawkins in his first pay-per-view kickoff match in the SmackDown pay-per-view classic. So Mojo Rawley coming out strong from the Elimination Chamber. And then this leads into the main show where we would see Becky Lynch meet Mickie James. This is Mickie James's first SmackDown Live pay-per-view appearance following her NXT Women's title match from NXT TakeOver Toronto back at the end of last year. So, obviously, Becky Lynch trying to get revenge on Mickie James after Mickie James was the one who cost her the SmackDown Women's title with a steel cage. And she manages to pick up a roll-up win. And Mickie James surprisingly got surprised by the fact that Becky Lynch was able to survive and win over Mickie James in her first pay-per-view match in 7 years, which obviously will probably no doubt lead into like I said, this will probably lead to no doubt another battle between the two on SmackDown Live, maybe even at WrestleMania, who knows. But the next match, of course, was the 2-on-1 handicap match where Dolph Ziggler would challenge Apollo Crews and Kalisto, two men he got along with when he was a face. But obviously, Apollo Crews made it to the ring, but obviously Kalisto would then get attacked from behind from Dolph Ziggler, which would leave this one-on-one scenario between him and Apollo Crews for a little while until Kalisto shows up, and then Apollo Crews would then get the advantage to the point they pinned Dolph Ziggler. But however, Dolph Ziggler wouldn't leave with empty-handed because he would then take his frustration on Kalisto and then try to use a chair to try and break the leg of Apollo Crews. So we don't know what condition Apollo Crews is in right now, but whether he will show up at WrestleMania to get his revenge remains to be seen. We'll probably have a one-on-one match maybe between Apollo Crews and Dolph Ziggler leading into this, or maybe Apollo Crews will come back. Maybe they're going to write him off as being like injured for now, and then they'll bring him back probably after WrestleMania so he can get his revenge on Ziggler if Ziggler ends up winning like the Intercontinental title or something. But we'll see. We'll see how this storyline is going to play out in the coming weeks ahead. And then we have and then we have all the tag teams that SmackDown has to offer, a few of those tag teams at least, including Heath Slater, Rhino, The Ascension, Breeze Dango, the Von Villains, the Usos, and the current champions, the American Alpha, are all battling for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. And of course, coming out on top was the American Alpha, who are still your SmackDown Tag Team Champions, even though the Usos had managed to take some damage off the American Alpha. It seems to be hinting towards an Usos versus an American Alpha for the SmackDown Tag Titles, which I wouldn't be surprised if we do see an Usos American Alpha match, because this has been building up for months. So yeah, pretty much ever since the Usos turned heel, pretty much, this has been building up to. So yeah, I'm very convinced we will see American Alpha versus the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Titles at WrestleMania. I think that's bound to happen because this has been, like I said, it's been building for months. It's been building ever since the Usos have turned heel, and you know this match is bound to be one of the classics at WrestleMania for the Usos and the American Alpha. This is going to hopefully make American Alpha stars, as it was only a year ago. From next month, you could say from next month, it will be pretty much a year since American Alpha won the NXT tag titles, which is Pretty big deal for American Alpha because it was this time last year they won the NXT tag titles, and you know, and obviously this year they're entering this year as SmackDown tag champions. So this is big deal for American Alpha this year. Anyway, moving on to the next match, we have Natalya, Nikki Bella, two former friends battling out on a SmackDown pay-per-view. And obviously, this ends in a double countout as the two ladies couldn't get their differences aside heading into this match, which means that perhaps we're going to see these two battle off on SmackDown, and we'll probably determine a winner on there, probably. But for Nikki Bella, this is obviously not over with Natalya. But then at the same time, behind the scenes, particularly in the segment where Nikki Bella was getting interviewed and Natalya was attacking, you'll notice that Nikki Bella actually was pushed to Maurice, which there's been a lot of rumors suggesting that The Miz and Maurice are going to be involved in a mixed tag match against John Cena and Nikki Bella, who are also a couple, in case you're unaware. So chances are we could be seeing maybe a Total Divas mixed person tag match, perhaps at WrestleMania. Something new for Cena to do. I don't see why that can't happen, but I guess we'll hopefully find out on SmackDown probably tonight and see if this does develop into a mixed person tag match at WrestleMania for Nikki Bella and John Cena to have The Miz and Maurice to deal with in the weeks ahead. But however, though, we would lead ourselves to a match which would involve the implosion of one former Wyatt family member, Luke Harper, who's now a face turn, which was kind of unexpected, against Randy Orton, who obviously is a member of the Wyatt family, and we could be on the verge of seeing the end of the Wyatt family sooner or later, because obviously because of what you'll see towards the end of the review. But Randy Orton manages to pick a win against Luke Harper. Luke Harper not successful in his first face-turned match, but I'm pretty certain Luke Harper will get some wins under his belt very soon. It's just right now they need to make Randy Orton strong because, one, it's WrestleMania Season 2. He's the winner of the Royal Rumble, and 3, he's probably going to end up winning the WWE title at WrestleMania. So they've got to make Randy Orton strong. So sorry for Luke Harper, but this is Randy Orton's moment, unfortunately. But yeah, who knows? Luke Harper will probably get some wins sooner or later on pay-per-view. Probably at WrestleMania he'll surprise us. Who knows? But the next match, however, is the SmackDown Women's Championship, where we would see Naomi battling for the SmackDown Women's title against Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss has had the title pretty much since Tables, Ladders and Chairs. She's only had it for about a month and a half, which is very short for a women's title reign. But surprisingly enough, Naomi finally does the big one. She finally wins the big one. She wins the SmackDown Women's Championship, which means in Orlando, Florida, we will be seeing Naomi enter WrestleMania for the first time in her career as the SmackDown Women's Champion. So we're still yet to know if she is going to defend the title at WrestleMania or whether she'll be with Becky Lynch in a tag match against Mickie James and Alexa Bliss. But I'm willing to hopefully hope that they're going to somehow find a way to make her defend the title in her hometown and somehow come out strong because, I mean, come on, this is her first title reign, and obviously Naomi deserves this opportunity to win her first major WrestleMania match. So, make her have her first title defense at WrestleMania. Why not? I don't see why they can't do that. And then finally, the Elimination Chamber match. Obviously, this is the main event of the entire show, determining who will be the WWE Champion at WrestleMania and who will face Randy Orton for that WWE title. Obviously, the superstars include The Miz, Baron Corbin, AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, who is the Intercontinental Champ, John Cena, the champion entering the chamber, and obviously Bray Wyatt, who had promised the era of Wyatts. And obviously, interestingly enough, John Cena pins The Miz, despite what Nikki Bella did, despite Nikki Bella being pushed to Maurice. we would actually see that continuation of the mixed person tag carry over into this match, where we would see John Cena beat The Miz, eliminate The Miz, in fact. So I wouldn't be surprised if John Cena does get his rematch clause and The Miz ends up costing him the WWE title on SmackDown at some point. But Baron Corbin certainly became a distraction. He was the one who literally attacked Dean Ambrose, gave The Miz the assist to eliminate the Intercontinental Champion. This obviously led to Baron Corbin, after Baron Corbin was pinned by Dean Ambrose, that led to Baron Corbin basically destroying Dean Ambrose, and you're no doubt that's going to lead into an Intercontinental title match between Baron Corbin and Dean Ambrose. And I have a funny feeling it's leading into Baron Corbin's first championship reign, which is an Intercontinental title win, which is probably what's going to happen. And then you have AJ Styles being the last man to confront Bray Wyatt after Bray Wyatt finally pins Cena in front of the world and finally getting paid back from all the things Cena did when he beat Bray Wyatt a few years back. And obviously for AJ Styles, he basically gets destroyed by Bray Wyatt as well, and this would lead to finally, for Bray Wyatt, he would finally win the big one, the WWE Championship, a title that fans have been begging WWE to get Bray Wyatt to win, and look at it now, he's now a WWE Champion. And for Randy Orton, he's probably in disbelief because he knows that the man who's behind the leader of the Wyatt family, Bray Wyatt, the guy who's been responsible for bringing the Wyatt family to life, is now a WWE champion. And for Randy Orton, he's probably thinking, I want that championship. I have to probably face Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania in the main event. So this is obviously setting up a Bray Wyatt-Randy Orton match, which obviously it's been speculated for weeks that this match would come to fruition at WrestleMania. And guess what? It looks like it's leading towards it. Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up seeing Randy Orton attack Bray Wyatt. Maybe even Bray Wyatt attacks Randy Orton. For all we know, we don't even know what the plan is between Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, because they're meant to be the Wyatt family, but yet they have to face each other at WrestleMania. So in a way, the Wyatt family is going to explode sooner than you think. So you can't rely on being friends whilst you're battling for the top prize. That's not how it works. So either way, I'm looking forward to this match. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this match is going to play out for the SmackDown's main event at WrestleMania. It's going to certainly be one hell of a match between Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. Who knows how they're going to build this one up? But either way, these are the matches that took place at the Elimination Chamber for SmackDown's final pay-per-view before WrestleMania. Obviously, the next time, I'm not too sure what the next SmackDown pay-per-view is, but I am pleased to tell you that Money in the Bank will be a SmackDown pay-per-view, which is happening I believe in June. It's happening on pay-per-view. So this coming June, we will be having Money in the Bank represented by SmackDown. So SmackDown superstars will compete in the Money in the Bank ladder match to determine an opportunity to win the briefcase to get themselves a WWE Championship match anytime across the year. So that's good news for SmackDown. SmackDown will get to showcase their talent at Money in the Bank this year. But, of course, as I stated before, Raw's got Fastlane coming up in a few weeks. And the three matches that have currently been set are Neville versus Jack Gallows for the Cruiserweight title, Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, and, of course, Kevin Owens versus Goldberg for the Universal Championship. These are the three matches that have been determined already for Fastlane this year. But there's probably going to be more matches to be revealed in the coming weeks, so don't look surprised if there is a lot more to add to this card, especially as this is Raw's final event before WrestleMania. So we're expecting a lot of things to start developing on the Raw side of WWE. So it'll be interesting to see what will happen when Raw goes for their final pay-per-view before Mania. But with that said, thanks for watching, everyone, and let's hope Monday Night Raw can top themselves off for the final event before the big show, where we will find out who will be the Universal Champion, who will be Cruiserweight Champ, and can Roman Reigns overcome Braun Strowman before what could be a possible feud between Roman Reigns and The Undertaker, which has been said to be possibly happening at WrestleMania this year. So, and also, will Seth Rollins show up at Fastlane is another thing as well, because we've been wondering, where will Seth Rollins be when Fastlane comes around? Will he be in the ring? Will he be outside the ring? Where will he be? Hopefully we'll find out sooner rather than later. So thanks for watching, and see you all for the Fastlane review in a few weeks from now. See you then.